welcome to Bobby's Creations. Jan here. As some of you may already know, those have already been watching me, I aim to make things from recycled materials, fabric, basically clothes, or anything. Can be belts, buttons, beads, anything that I could maybe give another life. And I don't claim to do tutorials because I'm not professional. I just show how I do it. If anybody learns anything from what I do, then that's just brilliant. I like to ask people to share or send me photographs of things they make, because it's nice to know, you know, we're a sharing community, if you like. And I'm not a sort of stage by stage, say you do this, you do that. As I say, I just make something while you watch and I chat. Admittedly, you're not chatting back to me, but apart from in the comments, but you will understand, as people already watching me know, I do like to chat. I can't just sit and just do it in this silence. I can't bear silence. So if all of that suits you and you like a relaxed little vlog, then welcome. Today's project is something that's been on my shelf for a long time. It's something close to my heart and sentimental. When Duncan and I got married in 2018, we obviously got lots of wedding cards. I didn't want the cards to sit in a box and just be there, just basically just to look at once in every 10 years or something. So I had it in mind that I was going to do something with them. So what I did, I was starting to get an idea, and I cut all the cards into butterflies. So I've got hundreds of little butterflies, and then I put them in a bag, and that's where they stayed on the shelf. But now it's just come to mind again. I've decided that's it, I've got to get it done. Now initially I bought a frame, and that's what sparked me on to do this again, because of the thickness of what I'm making, it needed to be a deep frame. And then I thought I could make what I'm making to fit the frame, rather than do it and then hunt to try and find a frame to fit. As you'll see further down the line, it didn't work out that way because I just got carried away and got too big. But the point is, it's got me doing it again. It's going to get finished, and that is a real bonus. Yes, so I think that's about it really. So I hope you enjoy it. We'll pick up the video from where I start to actually. I've already sort of initiated it. I've started to stick some butterflies on, and then we'll just carry on from there. Hope you enjoy it. So as you see, I've started to stick them. I'm going to be trying a glue, I don't know what you call this really. It's a glue pen, it says. If that doesn't work, I'll be using like a Pritt stick, or Yoo-hoo stick, as some people may call it. Otherwise, if that doesn't work, I'll be using double-sided tape. But I've started. I'm obviously not going to show it to you at normal speed because it'll be boring for you to sit there just watching me do this all the time. So once I get going, I will put this on time lapse so that it speeds up a little bit for you, and we'll see how we go. Let's get on. My table's always on a slope, and it seems to make everything just keep rolling away from me. You see, I decided to stick the butterflies slightly overlapping the edge of the heart, just to soften it really. It's been quite nice as I've been going through these and putting these on and seeing part of the messages that people wrote us. It's quite nice. It's very difficult to keep this even. I'll try. Trying to space them evenly, because then when I go around the arch of the heart, it's going to be a little bit more tricky. Again, it's the first time I've attempted anything like this, because Obviously I didn't do this when I got married the first time round. I don't think I did any crafts back in those days. Little bits of extra glue I'm going to have to wipe away, I think. Some ways it's easier doing it now I've started to stick, because when I was just laying them on top of each other just to get an idea, they were moving obviously, but because obviously now the glue is holding them still. Tricky bendy bit. I'll try and wipe this glue off before it dries, but I don't think it's going to be always that easy. Some of these have got something on both sides, so I have to decide which way is the best way to, which has got the prettiest side really, and this one. This was obviously a photographic card, looking at that one. So this one's got some writing on it. Share your and you both. I wonder who that was. We did have a lovely wedding. It was unfortunate that it did rain that day, so we didn't get any photos outside the Marie's office in the village where we got married. So it was very intimate. We just only had family in the Marie's office, apart from our witnesses. And it was just unfortunate that we couldn't get any photos done. It absolutely chucked it down, really heavy rain. So everybody just ran to the hall. Quite understandably, who was going to stand around for photos in that? We had lots of photos done in the evening. It was a very casual day. We had a brilliant DJ. We requested to have 80s music because we both love 80s music. And apart from a couple, as he always jokes with me about, he did stick to that. Now, do I put the one with the heart on it, or do I put the congratulations and marriage on that one? I'm going to go with the... Not that you're going to see much of it, obviously, because it's going to be underneath the next butterfly. Because we got married in France, we couldn't have lots of family over, and we couldn't have a big wedding because we didn't want a big wedding. We just said, as I say, it was very intimate, and so literally it was just my children, my grandchildren. I couldn't afford to have my grandchildren come over as well. It's not cheap to travel, so it was my 4 children and my daughter's partner came, and it was lovely, and it was nice for them as well to come out, have a trip on their own without the children. I would have liked the grandchildren to be there, but that just wasn't feasible. And it was nice for my children to see my friends that I'd made here, and they had all helped to make the buffet for the wedding as well. And they gave us money rather than gifts, because obviously, can you imagine, we'd been together 22 years when we got married. There wasn't really anything we needed. So we had money and we put that towards a honeymoon. We went down to the Dordogne, which was lovely. It's a funny story, really. I don't know if you saw it on one of the vlogs I did on Foppy's France. At the end of the evening, everybody had gone and we had to lock up. And as I say, it was very different. We didn't get to leave like the bride and groom normally do before everybody else. So we left and we carried back all the gifts. And well, to say, we weren't supposed to have gifts, but we did have some. So no, we weren't really prepared to be carrying gifts back. But the gifts we did have, we carried back ourselves. Now here in the countryside, the street lights are turned off at 11 o'clock. So by the time we'd left the hall, which was after midnight, you can imagine we stepped out into darkness, and all we had was the lamps on our phone, or torch on our phone. But which was difficult to hold, because obviously we had boxes in our hands. So as well as we know the car park to the Salle de Fête, which is our community hall, and we were walking around in the darkness trying to make sure we were walking in the right place, we managed to take a wrong turn, and there's some bushes at the front of the Salle de Fête, and both of us just fell face down straight into the bushes. But I just got the giggles. I'd obviously had a few drinks, and it was just really funny. Neither of us got hurt or anything. It was just funny, and it's one of those stories we'll tell forevermore. Of course, when everybody found out about that afterwards, a little bit horrified really that we were left on our own to do that. But it's a story to tell, isn't it? We all need these stories to tell people. It's a bit difficult now to get that to look like a point. Let's turn it around this way now so that I can make them follow. What do you think so far? I've no idea where this is going to hang once I've made it, but I'll be very relieved it's done. As I say, I've had it sitting there to do for a long time. Some people have asked about our wedding day and would like to see some pictures, which I might do one day, but I'll probably put them on the Foppy's France channel rather than this one. Excuse me. We didn't have a professional photographer. We had a couple of friends took photos for us, so that was nice. So we've got a lot of them, and we've managed to get books made actually with photos in. Maybe that's what I'll show, because the photos that went in the books that I had professionally made were lovely. So this table's on a slope. I think I might have already said that. Let's turn that a little bit. Just realised I haven't put glue underneath all the way. And if I haven't, and it's not sticking to the paper very well, I'll have to wait till the butterflies are dried before I put some glue underneath, else they'll move in their position again. Keep putting it on the wings, and I haven't been putting it on the paper, so I have to remember that now. So I told you, I've not done this before. Making it up as I go along. I really enjoyed cutting these out. I do like using my Sizzix cutter. I don't use it very often. I bought it initially so that I could cut shapes out of fabric, sort of for actually doing a plique. But all the dies that I have are very small, so I'm trying to gradually collect large ones because they're not cheap, and if they're small it's very hard to make a plique because they're very hard to stitch. I did manage the other day to find a heart, actually a large heart, which was a good size that I could cut and stitch, so that's the start, and I've got squares and things like that, because sometimes a plique, well, trying to make something for a plique can not look very professional. Not that it has to look professional, but it can look messy if it's not cut nicely. And things that aren't very big are very fiddly to cut also. Running it through the machine is much neater and quicker. And apparently it's supposed to be able to cut about 30 plus, cut shapes out about 30 plus fabrics, different fabrics. I haven't tried a lot yet, but some of them did get a bit stuck. They didn't seem quite to cut right the way through, so you have to snip some of it with scissors. I mean, I would like to have had a cricut, I think it's called. So thank you for some day and many congratulations, it's starting to say. It's quite nice to... Well, this is going together quicker than I thought it would. This is only the first layer. So I've still got quite a lot there, but I've still got quite a lot to do, so... It's got to be the side with the heart on, hasn't it? Maybe I could make these and sell these for people. I wonder if that would work. If people are prepared to pay for something like this, I think it would be quite a nice little thing to do. I know I'm going outside the heart shape a lot, but I'm just praying that it still fits. Otherwise I will be finding another frame, but the plan was that it would still fit. We'll see. I've bought a frame with it's slightly deeper sides to it, but when I looked the glass is still flat, so I've made a mistake on not double checking that. So I wanted it to be deeper because obviously this is going to be a fairly thick when it's finished. There. So we've done one round, and now we're going to keep going. Some of these feel really thick. I don't know if there is two together. It's a bit sticky, that one. Sticky on the wrong side. This one's had rabbits on it. It's got a tiny little eye. This one, there's someone saying sorry, so it looks like that might have been a apology for not coming to the wedding, maybe. I don't think there was many that didn't come though. Bit of excess glue. Incidentally, this is like a wet wipe, that's why it's coming off a bit easier, otherwise I'd have tissue sticking to it. It's quite hard to get it to turn corners, but we'll get there. I must admit, I think I might have said before, doing things for YouTube does make me get on with things that I've been umming and ahhing about doing or putting off doing for a long time, like this. So it's good. Good for me and hopefully good for you. This reminds me of working in the nursery days. I used to do sticking with the children. I haven't really done anything like that for a long time, but this is quite good fun. I've noticed I've started to spread out a little bit more as I've gone around. Inwardly I think I might have been panicking that I haven't got enough, but I think I'm okay. So it did work just now when I practiced run sort of thing. That feels like it's too stuck together, but I don't know if it's just thick. That's the thing, when you run things through the Sizzix machine, sometimes you put a few layers together when you cut them, and occasionally they can get stuck together. There's another one with a cannot on it, so there must have been that same card where someone said they couldn't make it. It's a shame, they missed out on a good day. I was at someone's house the other day, and people were still talking about what a good day they had, so that was nice. Where are we? Notice that one says Christelle, and Christelle's our French neighbour. We're nearly covered, and it looks like I've got too many now. At least I didn't run out. I must have put them much closer together when I did it first time. Much closer. This one's got like a seagull's head on it. I've still got a gap there, so I might have to turn round that way as well. Just want it to flow fairly well. That one's got a wedding ring on it. There's Armistice Day here tomorrow, so it's a bank holiday. So I think Duncan will probably be staying home. Don't know what we're going to do with ourselves. We're actually going bowling this weekend with our close French neighbours. We was talking about it at the weekend, so that should be a laugh. I'm absolutely rubbish at bowling, but it'll be good. Right, now we're going to take a sharp turn here now, looking at it. So I really don't want to be leaving any of them out if I can help it. See, it's getting thicker and thicker, so I hope it fits in the frame. It's a French card, Félicitations, votre mariage. So I might have to go around and double check the spillages on glue as I go round. That one's obviously got something about wedding day. Need to get another wipe, I think. Along there, it's working out quite well. A whole mass of butterflies. Well, that was really fun. Nearly finished. One more to do. Which side did I put? This side. So some of them are covered up, but I know they're all there, and I know who they're all from. There we go. That's that finished. And someone made a card with this on it. Duncan and Jan, D and J. So I'm going to put that central. There we go. It's probably lost in there a little bit, but it's there. Exactly where I want it. So, good. Just move you up a little bit. And come round to me. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to attempt to pick it up now to show you. There we go. A heart of butterflies from our wedding cards. And I think, I don't know why I didn't do that before, because it's turned out really well. And I've got a feeling I'm going to try the frame quickly before I leave you. Oops, sorry. I've got a feeling, yep, it's too big for the frame now. That'll teach me, won't it? But I can buy another frame. I'll have to, that's all. Yep, so it doesn't quite fit the frame, but never mind. I'm not sure it was going to be deep enough to take the thickness of that anyway. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I've encouraged you to do similar. If anybody feels they want one of these made from cards they may have, I'd encourage you to have a go, or if you want me to do it, I can do it. For a small charge, of course. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.